Yesterday, James Gyakye Quayson was sworn in as Member of Parliament again. No, not again, because the Supreme Court says that his name should be expunged and that he was never an MP. So he was sworn.
The first one didn't count.
No, the first one didn't count. That's what the Supreme Court says. So he was sworn in as Member of Parliament. And yes, the NDC members in white and everything. But there's something that, the minority leader, Dr. Kessiel Atuforsen, said, that whenever he's going to court, they would follow him to court. I don't know if the Speaker would also join them to court, but because the Speaker would not join them. And this, for me, is the issue. Because if Parliament needs more than half of members to take a decision, then the majority has 138.
Right.
So, yes, it is true that, they may want to make a case. And I can understand that. Sometimes you want to make a case. You want to send a signal. And so you want to push government into, probably taking a second look at this decision and probably filing a nolli prosequi and say, I'm not interested in this case again, if that is going to affect you. But it's also important sometimes you look at issues critically. Yes, in solidarity with James Gyakye Quayson, you will go. But what if the government is able to marshal 138 members and Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbing is presiding?
Even if it is not, now the court says
ruled, yes.
The first deputy, the deputy speakers, they are elected members of parliament.
So they can vote.
Even if they are presiding, they still have a voting right.
Exactly. So if they are there, what would you have gained? So look, I can understand the NDC. They want to send a signal that we are not happy about what you're doing. How do you do it to ensure that you still do not lose the opportunity to actually make a difference in Parliament? Because if the government wants to continue, and the government can actually decide that whenever there's a court date, they bring important issues and a certificate of urgency and get it passed.
True.
So, minority, yes, you may want to reconsider it. In principle, it's good you want to, take the government on. But we have seen a kind of democracy is such that some of these things are not seen as a protest. They are seen as an opportunity to actually pass the laws. Because the government has talked about the fact that, the hang parliament has affected them, is not allowing them to do the things that they want to do. And then you want to give them the opportunity to go ahead that way. Please, let's reconsider this. The minority can actually take other decisions. They may choose to boycott the media review. They may choose to boycott the budget. They may choose to boycott State of the Nation address. But as for the main job that you've been taking there to do, if you boycott, they have the numbers. And look, but for the concerns you raised about Ejapa and other things, we'd have had the Ejapa deal today.
Yeah.
So why don't you take your time? And when there are critical issues, like you said the last time, you wanted to save our democracy. Unfortunately, that did not work. So please continue in your own ways of saving the democracy by reconsidering this plan and taking other means that would not affect your core functions.
Personally, for me, the key questions are the decision they've taken. Now, they've even, apart from James Gyakye Quayson, yesterday we were told that they will extend similar courtesies to all minority MPs who are in court. So that means that the day that after forcing the minority leader will go to court, they will also boycott Parliament. The question I want to ask is very simple. What is the basis for this action that they've taken? Are they saying that members of Parliament or people, the political elite, should be treated differently when it comes to cases that they are facing or the charge they are facing that is in court? I found it quite backward to the extent that, is there a case against James Gyakye Quayson? Has the state established a case against him? I think the answer is yes. Is he innocent? The court will have to come to a determination on that. Is there a case against Dr. Kessiel Atuforsen? The state says yes. Has he been found guilty or not?
Say he has a case to answer.
Exactly. And is he going through the normal process? The answer is yes. The laws that are being used to prosecute these individuals, these are laws that were passed by what? Parliament.
Yeah.
Are they saying that when a matter involves a politician, we should look the other way because it should be seen as persecution instead of people being taken to the normal, democratic process. I think it is wrong for them to take such a position. If their belief is that these persons are innocent, let the court, establish that. Somebody, for example, somebody stole a mobile phone at Circle. The person was arrested, taken to court. He was asked why he did that, and his response was that he has a family to feed. He had no money, so he had to steal. So we should be considerate to the extent that the person had no, money to feed his family, and for that reason, the person should be allowed to go free. No. So why should there be laws that governs the way we operate in this country? And because somebody is a politician and the person is taken to the normal due process, the entire political force should come behind that person and say that when that persons are in court, we will not come to Parliament to do our work. I think that our politicians are setting a very bad precedent. This is not fair to the people. This is not fair to Ghanaians. It looks like when you are a politician, you are above the law. You should be treated differently. If Gyakye Quayson has committed a crime, let the court establish that. And let us stop this, excuse my language, nonsense going on.